Let's get this going. Welcome back to a regular episode of the Dare Show podcast where I talk music, I talk pop culture, I talk a whole bunch of other stuff. So let's just get into it because I'm so excited for some stuff to talk about some of this stuff. So John Stanley did an interview, I think it was like Friday, or it came out on Friday, with Bass Entertainment podcast. They talk music. I think they're all like musicians and singers and background singers and stuff. And John Stanley, if you don't know who, is Patti LaBelle's part-time, I guess at this point, half part-time Patty's musical director. Now, I had so many questions, and most of them got answered. I was very like, this is such a great interview. I didn't know they were going to play music. Like, I saw they said they were going to play music, but I didn't know they were actually going to play music. I didn't think they were going to get into like some deep cuts. I didn't think they were going to say some of the stuff they said. It was such a great interview. So some stuff I learned, or I was curious about. I was like, well, I wonder how, let's just start. John got, John got the opportunity to audition for Patti and become a backup singer for her. He was in college, and I believe he had a friend who was going to audition as well because she was looking for background singers. I'm guessing this was like Jim's era or something like that ish. I'm guessing. But anyways, and so she was like, the friend was like, can you play for me at the audition? And so he's like, yeah. She's like, well, you can sing too, so you might as well audition as well. He's like, all right. So he auditioned with Wind Beneath My Wings. They even played Wind Beneath My Wings. I was like, Wind Beneath My Wings? Yeah. Wind Beneath My Wings. I was like, yes. I was just here for that moment. What else happened? So he was like, I played it. I was singing it, and then I hit this note, and she felt the spirit, and so she came in and hit a higher note, and we just hit a note. I was like, oh my gosh, what a funny, cool tidbit that is. Patti over there, singing, even when you're not asking her to sing. Oh my gosh, like that was a cute moment, and so he got the job. And so also I wanted to know, how did John become Patti's musical director after Bud Ellison had passed away? I thought it was like a smooth transition, but he said I think he had like taken like a break from the road because he was on, I believe, from my memory of notice, what he did the the Flame tour, then I guess the quote unquote one night only tour, but I think it was just a couple of dates, and then he, working with Patti, and then he did the I remember him on the When a Woman Loves tour. Yeah, those are some great. I think those, like I said this before, the John, and then one of the guys he sang with Patti a couple of years ago, like a duet, but it was like three guys. It was John and two other dudes, and then the Sweeties. I think those are like my favorite Patti background singing trio moments. Yeah. So what was I saying? He had taken a break, and so he said he feels like Patti got word that he was about to go on the road with some performer. I forgot the name of, a very big performer, and it was a male. Freddie Jackson, I think he said. I think he said Freddie Jackson. So he was like, Patti had been going through different, what's the name? She had been going through different musical directors. And so, people just weren't working. And so she was like, Derek, the makeup, the hairdresser, hairstylist, that worked with Patty back in the day, he had called John saying Patty wants to talk to you because she wants you to be the musical director, because all these other people, you know, she's going through a line of people and they're just not working. And you worked with Bud, you were there with Bud, and you know that feeling, you know, that energy and feeling Patty gets with the Bud. I mean, Bud was, if you guys don't know, Bud Ellison was Patty's original musical director. He worked with, I think it was the LaBelle. I think when LaBelle kicked off, like when they, you know, reinvented themselves or just changed up their style, whatever. I mean, if you think about it, reinvention, and maybe, I think everybody kind of did a reinvention back in the day, you know, from like LaBelle from the 60s to the 70s, and everybody changed their looks up. So it's sort of like nothing's really new. Because that Madonna thing, like reinvention thing, it kind of annoys me because I feel like, was it on purpose? Like people make it seem like it was on purpose, but I feel like it was like naturally, she's just changing up her look. It's a new thing. Maybe because that's sort of the thing nowadays. That's sort of the blueprint or template that people do. But anyways, Bud was like the musical director, and I think he played in the band. And then when LaBelle split, Bud and Patty were still together, and he played and produced many albums on her, many of her albums, many songs, always there with her until, you know, he passed away. And so there was that connection that Bud and her had. If you listen to, I don't know if it's still available, if it's not copywritten, messed up on my channel, the Patti LaBelle Gospel to Soul, From Gospel to Soul, whatever. That's the name of the documentary, narrated by Whoopi Goldberg. There is Cornel West in it. There is Miss from LaBelle. Why am I messing up, forgetting her name? The one that just passed away. Oh my gosh. It'll come back to me. She's in it. Patty's in it. Bud's in it. I think they were talking to Semi McKinley or one of the producers. Lamb Chops. Her talking to them. They're all in it. And they're all talking about Patty. So, you know, there's that connection that they have, Bud and Patti LaBelle had. And so she's like, you know, you work with Bud. You understand me. You understand the feeling. Let's come and save us. And so, you know, he's been with her since then. And so that answered a question. He talked about oh my gosh. He talked about Prince, you guys. You want a deep cut? I don't think. See, I feel like I'm the only I Hear Your Voice stan. I think when people, for some reason, maybe because it was a single. There was a video. It was kind of promoted. Yo, Mister. What was the other song? Yo, Mister. How's that? Love 89. Maybe because those were like, you know, Love 89. Yeah. Yo, Mister. Maybe because that was a single, people know about it. But if you want to really talk about a song, you really want to go in. The host, he was like, you know, we're talking about Prince and how Prince loved Shaka and he loved Patty, and then and how he just, you know, adored them and the way he looked. I can't believe Prince passed away. Yikes! Like, what are we gonna do? Well, anyways, he talked about Prince, and he brought up I Hear Your Voice. Now, if you don't know anything else about me, you gotta know. You need to know. I Hear Your Voice stan. I adore that song. That is my favorite. Every time it's a top five moment every time is, so what's your favorite Patti LaBelle song? I Hear Your Voice is in the top five. It's probably number one. It is such an incredible, haunting vocal, haunting lyrics, the sound, Prince in the background, Prince speaking. I think his demo was okay. It wasn't, Patty definitely like spiced it up along with Bud. Bud, I think, is a producer on the song. That song is just amazing. And he was like, the host was like, I would always play this song over and over and over and over. And it's such a sexy song. And I cracked up because I'm like, Patty is not like a sexy, she doesn't like the sex. And it's very clear, like, especially on Somebody Loves You Baby, which is also on Burning. She'll tell you live nowadays, she'll tell you, it's just a song. But baby, you can make a slave out of me. It's like, it's just a song, y'all. Yeah. So that really, like, I kind of literally was screaming, and a couple of people were looking at me, and I was like, if only you knew what I am listening to right now. This person talking about I Hear Your Voice, because nobody talks about it and nobody says anything about it. It's always, Somebody Loves You Baby, or If Only You Knew, or from that album, it wasn't a single. Like, if it was a single, like, it's such a deep cut and it's such a great collaboration. Lord. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking about it. So anyways, let's talk about another deep cut. So they were talking about different singers and different women, and I think John brought up how he loves Wynonna Judd. And if you don't know, Wynonna and Patty's done a very delicious amount of collaborations, from Fantasia to Joss Stone to Wynonna to what's her name? Yolanda Adams, CeCe Winans, like, all these amazing songs and songstresses Patty's worked with, and they brought up My Everything from Patty's gospel album, The Gospel According to Patti LaBelle, and oh my gosh, I was like, oh my God, you know that song? Oh my God, I love that song. I think she sang that on Martha Stewart's show. It's on YouTube. She sang that on Martha's show, and I was just like, it's a really good version. Cause I bowed down. Na 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 na. Wynonna Judd. And then I forget how they talked about. Somehow they got onto American Idol, and one of the hosts were like, Carrie. Oh, they were talking about singing. I guess, like, singing white women or other races that sing really well, and they were like, Carrie, Kelly Clarkson, Carrie Underwood. She said Kelly Clarkson, Carrie Underwood, and Fantasia are the top women singers that have come from American Idol. I was like, girl, are you me? Did I just find my twin? Like, yes, those three women are incredible. I talk about Carrie Underwood all the time. Even though Fantasia is a great singer, even though I don't think I need to watch her, play Suge. Like, why not give these certain roles to, I guess, you got to give a star power, but I'm sure there's plenty of talented women who could, never mind, I'm not going there. So anyways, oh my gosh, then he brought up the Elizabeth Taylor. He was like, they asked John, what is one, special musical moment that sticks out to you during your career and time? And he was like, oh, when we sang for Elizabeth Taylor at her, I think it was like 65th or 60th birthday or something. That is on YouTube. That I played that YouTube. I think half of the YouTube views are for me. They have to be, because I adore. It's in my likes. I adore that performance where she sings "You Got a Friend in Me" / I'm blanking. I say, you know, I say how I love stuff, and then I can't think. But it's like a mix. It's a "You've Got a Friend in Me," and then it's "You Are So Beautiful." You are so beautiful, and then you got a friend in me. Patty went the. I, I can't even explain it. Like thinking about that performance, that is such an incredible performance. She's just sitting there, just singing and wailing and belting and heartfelt and just Patti LaBelle. You know, I think a lot of people forget or don't know. Patti has done so many tributes during the 90s. She was tributing it out. She did, what's his name? Rashida Jones's, Quincy Jones. She did like Quincy Jones, Michael Jackson, Prince. Like she did so many throughout the 90s, tributes, Frank Sinatra. Like she was really the tribute queen, in my opinion. That's what I saw. What else do I want to talk about? I think that was it. They played "Don't Complain" from her jazz album. They were like, we were hoping Patti would do a jazz album. She finally did one. They did "Don't Complain," the Billie Holiday cover. This was such a great interview. It's by Bass Entertainment Podcast, BAAS Entertainment Podcast. If you want to go check it out, definitely go check it out. He was like Michael Jackson, backstage at the Elizabeth Taylor thing. He was like, Michael Jackson was so nice. He wasn't who they hyped him up, or not hyped him, who they say he was. He was just like so nice and so regular and so wonderful. I was just like, oh, that was so nice to say. He also said he was like, Patti LaBelle is loved by the community, the Black community. If she's not in their top 5, she's definitely in their top 10. I'm going to do a video when I get a moment, or not a video, I'm going to do a podcast about it. There's like this weird hate towards Patti LaBelle for some strange reason, especially when it comes to her food. But yeah, like there's this new lady, she is a new Black lady, and she had just recently released she just collaborated with Walmart, putting her what's her name, sweet potato pie in Walmart. And under the comments of the video, they were just like kind of dogging Patti out. And I was just like, what's the point of this? Like, if you don't like it, just go on about your business. Like, people who like it, who don't. Like, whatever. I enjoy my little mini Patti sweet potato pie. Thank you very much. But it was such a great interview. Thank you, John, for doing that. And hopefully I could, talk to John on here. I think he said he wanted to step away from doing the music directing, being her music director, because, he wanted to do other things in his, personal career. He's like, as, Patti LaBelle's music director, people know me, but it's her show. It's not, my thing and, John is talented, and he plays the piano. He sings. I think he's like singing with like choirs, or he plays out at like a church or something. It's very incredible. So shout out to John Stanley, and shout out to the Bass Entertainment Podcast. I'm still working on finishing listening to the Cindy Mizell interview that they did, and it's it's really great music. So Patti did a Tiny Desk last week, as I talked about, and so Shirley Ceasar's Tiny Desk concert came out after hers. And let me tell you, I was so surprised. I was so like, oh my goodness. I was not expecting what I was hearing or what I saw. Shirley Ceasar came in. Shirley Ceasar was black, with the gospel on the side. Shirley Ceasar had some choreography. She gave you a word. She told y'all to wear y'all masks because y'all stank, you little stanky heifers. She said the Bible gives us solutions to get out of situations. Get your vaccine. Wear your mask. That Shirley was preaching. She also had this this song. Get your foot off my neck. Well, I think that's what it's called. It was just George Floyd inspired song, and it was like very funky and very 70s. It wasn't like, I was not expecting that from a strictly gospel singer. But Shirley really turned it out. She turned it out, you guys. Get your foot off my neck. She said, you will reap what you sow. I was like, get it. Her little choreography for, I'm part of the army of God. I'm a soldier. Wait, I forgot how the words go. But anyways, she did Army of God. I was trying to find Get Your Foot Off My Neck because I really like that song. She had a little choreography going on. She had to take a little rest to sit down. She was doing it out. It's on just search it. Shirley Ceasar Tiny Desk concert. I'm going to take a quick second and I'll be back. So, yeah, I forgot to tell you guys, Shirley, welcome back to the Desha podcast. Shirley was like, it's Black History Month, and all y'all out here trying to dog Martin Luther King. Y'all need to get out of here with all that. He sacrificed for us. I was making something up in my mind. But yeah, she was going in. She was like, it's Black History Month, and God has brought us so much for y'all to be grateful out here. Wear your mask. I was like, get it, Shirley. The song of the week. So this is a music show podcast. And so the song of the week is Hard Time. Everything's gonna be alright by Madonna. It's called Hold Tight. It's off of her Rebel Heart album. It was her, I think it's like the third single off of the album. There was no video, unfortunately. She didn't even sing it live. I don't know what the hell that was about. Hold Tight is such a great, honestly, I think I like it because it's very like R&B. It's like, and it's not even like, I think a lot of music these days kind of have like gotten away from like bridges and hooks and pre-choruses and stuff like that. And Hold Tight, it was 2015 she released this album, and Hold Tight even has like a bridge. It has like, she's singing real good. She got a real good voice going on. She got some like really good backgrounds going on. The music is such like pop your pussy music. It's such a great song. I wish she kind of would have done this live. Go listen to it. It's off of her Rebel Heart album. It's called Hold Tight. Everything's gonna be alright. Okay, let's talk Katy Perry. So there was, on Reddit, people were talking about Katy Perry needs to be ousted over at American Idol. And the reason why they say this is because Aretha Franklin's granddaughter had auditioned for American Idol, and Katy Perry was the only person saying yes. There was Lionel Richie, Katy Perry, and Luke Bryan. I think that's their name. Yeah, Luke Bryan. So out of those three, Katy Perry was the only one who said yes. Now, when I kind of felt like Lionel Richie knew who the fuck homegirl was. Let's call her Kayla Franklin. Lionel knew Kayla Franklin when she walked up on the scene. Like, Lionel is a legend in the game. He knows everybody. Aretha knew everybody. Everybody knew Aretha. I'm sure, black people, they mingle in with the families. Everybody knows everybody. So I was very surprised when Lionel acted like he didn't know who she was, but I was like, okay, whatever. And then, they go on just like 5 minutes spill about Aretha. Katy was wrong. They were like, Katy was like trying to be like a kiss ass in a way and always trying to say yes and being nice. She's a modern day Paula. And some people were just like, she doesn't have really great judgment all the time. I think that's what they were saying. I read the article like for a hot second. But the girl shouldn't have gone through. The girl is 15. Let's call her Kayla Franklin. Kayla Franklin is 15. She sang Killing Me Softly. Her voice, she belted. I think she belted it out, basically, mostly. And she belted it, and she sounded really good when she was belting. I noticed she didn't, like, show off her range during Killing Me Softly, and I was like, okay. I mean, you're doing a decent job, for a 15-year-old. My thing is, young people shouldn't really be doing stuff, especially when, like, I love singing so much and I love music. I'm not going to listen to a 15-year-old because they're not developed. They're not old enough to make their own decisions. You know, they're probably being told what to do. And it's just like, no. I would rather listen to like an 18-year-old where I feel like it's more appropriate for me to listen to like an 18-year-old talk about, you know, getting your pussy popped and stuff, you know, love and stuff. Like, what you know at 15 about love? I mean, you know something, but what you know about love, really? But anyway, so then she goes on and she sings. Katy's like, okay, that was cute. Okay. And then Katy's like, can you sing, do you have another song? And she's like, well, you know, Aretha's my grandmother. I could sing, Ain't No Way. And I'm like, oh, Lord. Here we go. And they're like, go ahead, sing it for us, sweetie. So she's singing. And then when she gets up to like the climax of the song, she flops, right? Because she doesn't have range. Like, you got to have range to sing an Aretha song. You got to have range to, in my opinion, really be a great artist. She didn't have range. And she went to go hit that, you know, one of them high notes and Ain't No Way, because I'm forgetting how she did it. Well, which part she sang. But she went to go hit it. She went to, not hit a high note, but she went to go up a key. And it didn't go well for her. And it's so funny because Lionel was like, when she was singing Killing Me Softly, Lionel was like, oh, you're definitely nervous because you did not open your eyes. She sang Ain't No Way. Her eyes were open and she knew exactly what she was doing. She knew exactly what the moment went wrong. And she knew exactly that she didn't do well because her eyes stayed open. And you can just see it in her, you can see it in her eyes. You can see the fear. You can see the realization. You're just like, oh, girl. It was sad. Well, not sad, but it was just like, okay, you're 15. And we're not expecting a whole lot out of you. The one thing I did find very problematic with Katy Perry wants to be PC. Katy Perry wants to be equal with everybody. Katy Perry needs to go sit her ass down somewhere because she was like, Aretha Franklin, she was like, what are you guys expecting? You know, I think Kayla has star power. I think she, you know, she has great vocals. She has glitter and love and all blah, 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 blah. She's like, what are you guys expecting at 15-year-old? You got to have some kind of like expectation, or you got to have some kind of like confidence in people. I bet Aretha wasn't even Aretha at, 15. And I gotta, I'm not no Aretha stan over here, but I know what I heard. And Aretha Frank, I'm surprised nobody's blowing Katy Perry up for saying this. Katy Perry was like, Aretha wasn't Aretha at 15. Katy Perry, sit your ass down somewhere. Because Aretha Franklin definitely was Aretha Franklin at 15. If you go back and listen to earlier, like her first gospel albums or her first albums in general, I think her first albums, which were gospel albums, Aretha sounded incredible. For like, I think she was like, like 12 or 13 or something like that. Aretha sounded incredible. So don't even go. She tried it. I can't even think of what she tried to do, but she tried it. Trying to make Aretha seem like Aretha wasn't Aretha. Later in the time, Aretha's voice got to her. But when I hear respect, I just realized this the other day. When I hear respect, I'm like, who the fuck is that? Because it doesn't sound like the Aretha Franklin that I'm used to, that I know. Because, like, her voice just sounds so, it's just otherworldly. Like, it doesn't even sound like Aretha. So I'm just like, Katy Perry, you really tried it. That's all I have to say about Katy Perry. The girl, her range, she didn't have a lot of range. She belted out, and her belting was so powerful. It's like that was her comfort zone, and you can definitely tell. When her riffs and runs, they were good. They were solid. Like, she's practiced them, but they weren't like, I wouldn't give them like a high on the medium to low high scale. And then, like I said, she's her age. She's 15. Like, come back, girl. I don't know why your parents, the youngest son of Aretha was like, your grandmother's proud of you. She's looking down on you. She's taking care of you. It's like, girl, Aretha ain't studying. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I don't know what Aretha's doing. So I'm not gonna. Okay, but anyways, yeah. Katy Perry, you tried it. I gotta go look and see it. Wait. I gotta go look and see if people are blowing her up. But anyways, my last little topic I want to talk about is Mary J. Blige. She is getting her real love on Lifetime. Oh, wait. I think I screenshotted the article. No, I didn't. Never mind. But anyways, Mary J. Blige is teaming up and being a producer, an executive producer, on a Lifetime movie inspired by her song Real Love. Now, if you didn't know, Real Love is off of her 1992 album. I don't know what the album is called. I'm forgetting. But anyways, Real Love was included in Rolling Stone's list of 500 best songs of all time. So, real love, I'm searching for real love, real. Okay, that's not my version. But anyways, they say their statement came out today, continuing its supremacy as the destination for telling women's stories. Lifetime announced today a new partnership with the Grammy Award-winning and Academy Award-nominated artist, actress and producer Mary J. Blige. Blige will serve as an executive producer on the original film through her own production banner. Okay, so it's her idea, probably. Blue Butterfly, alongside of Ashwana Ayers and Nicole Jackson. Most recently, Blige executive produced her documentary. Okay, nobody gets. So yeah, so the song is gonna be the movie is going to be based off of the song Real Love. And I think that's such an incredible, fascinating idea. Mariah Carey, you need to get your production company together, or you need to team up with Mary J. Blige, her production company, and y'all need to click on over to Lifetime and knock on their door and ask them to give you, a 5-movie deal based off of the song, a movie deal based off your songs, because I think Mariah Carey would be perfect. This is a great opportunity. Lifetime makes decent movies. What songs would I want? We Belong Together would be cute. We could do like a trilogy. One character. Do like a trilogy of like songs based off of, okay, where are we going to go with this? Maybe Vision of Love. Okay, we can start with Vision of Love, the first movie. The second movie would be like, The One from Charm Bracelet. And then we can go, she gets into this. It'll be like loosely based off Mariah's actual life, right? So then we'll go into, what's the song off of, what's the song off of Daydream, where she talks about committing suicide, or not committing suicide, but, oh crap. What's the song called, you guys? Hold up. Oh crap, what is the song called? Open My Eyes. It's, the last song where she gets melancholy. I can't even think. My mind is blanking. Wait, where is it at? Come on. Oh, okay. Why don't you just bring up the list of my songs? Okay, here we go. Looking In. We can have like a looking in moment, and then, okay, we can do Butterfly slash, okay, maybe this will be like a 10-movie deal. I don't know. butterfly slash like that, like this. Okay, I'm free. I'm out here, and then you fall again with whoever. It'll be like a my all, mine again mix, and then we're gonna end it with, I don't know. Okay, I'm just messing this stuff up. But anyways, you get what I'm saying. Mariah, this would be great for you. Head all over to Lifetime, and we'll see you next week for a meeting. So thank you so much for listening to the Dare Show podcast. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll be back next week for another episode. Click around on YouTube. There's tons of other podcast episodes. There's tons of other Patti LaBelle moments and videos. And I'm on Spotify podcast. I'm on Apple Podcast. I'm on, where else? Google. All of the podcasts. Thank you for listening. I gotta go.
So we want that one. Okay. Or who are we making cookies for, boo?
The whole family.